You are invited to an origami festival in fabulous Toad Town. Peach.
Jesus, talk about impersonal. Remember in the first couple of Paper Mario games where Peach actually wrote a letter specifically addressed to Mario? I mean, hell, in the first one, it was addressed to both Mario and Luigi. This invitation is like an email with 200 recipients on it. Also, did Mario and Luigi move? Because in the first game, Toad Town was just a pipe away, and now we have to drive here?
Try feeling around a bit. Maybe you can help me escape from this strange dimension. If it feels like the arms are off center and out of control, maybe try pressing the R button to reset them.
Oh, this is gonna have gyro controls, isn't it?
But I don't think we really have time for that right now. Maybe we should just get out of here. There's just one thing. I'm not exactly fleet of foot.
I would imagine not, considering you float, Olivia.
And hey, did you catch that first message? It said something about a wave battle.
Where did you see that? How did you see that? Why would you have been able to see the words wave battle show up anywhere? I suppose this is the one where it makes the most sense, but if there's an autosave feature, why do we still have save blocks? What? Why? The first time I did it, I didn't need her. She was stuck in the wall.
Do you see that huge hole in the ground? I don't think you like falling into it. Maybe there's a way to fix it. But how? Oh, I've got it! Catch this! Oh no. I hope you won't always remember me for this moment alone, Mario.
How did you manage to toss me that empty confetti bag when you were stuck in the ground? Moreover, why did you just have an empty confetti bag with you? Where is this boombox coming from? Who does it belong to? Why is this the most mysterious thing in this game? Being that they're made out of paper, how does the hat thing work? Why is it a separate entity to Luigi? Because he's not just sticking the hat back on, the hat becomes a part of him. This might be the quickest what are the rules damn it we've ever seen.
We are fully dedicated to displaying artifacts from your adventure alone. That's unique. That's something no other museum can boast.
Except for the museums from the previous two games that functionally are exactly like this one. Meet the Earth Velumental. Velumental Temple. Donate, worship, and donate again. Suddenly organized religion.
Thank you, Mario. Wondering how I already had this written? Me too.
Okay, so once you step on an arrow, you'll keep moving in that direction until you step on another arrow.
We interrupt Paper Mario the Origami King to bring you... Choo Choo Rocket? If I had a nickel for every time I've referenced Choo Choo Rocket in 2021, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, it's just weird that I've referenced a standalone Dreamcast game 21 years after it came out twice. We interrupt the Origami King to bring you Pokemon. What excellent foreshadowing. I'm about to fight colored pencils. Okay!
No way. Defeated by a no-name, no-talent piece of disgusting pop culture!
Wait, how can I be a piece of pop culture and have no name? Those two concepts are mutually exclusive. Also, I thought the colored pencils were the ones talking to me, but there are no colored pencils in the tin, so am I talking to the tin right now? What? Is that it? That's all I can see? That's stupid. I can see Peach's castle from Overlook Mountain without the binoculars. I paid 10 coins for that? I mean, it's not a lot in this game, but I still got ripped off. Not to mention, the Toad we rescue on the other side doesn't seem to have to pay for it. Whoa, wait. I can actually hit the Paragoombas with a hammer in this game? I mean, like, that doesn't defeat the purpose of jumping and using the hammer. I still had to line up the ring for me to do that, but that kind of defeats the purpose of a Paragoomba. At that point, it's just a Goomba with wings that doesn't even fly.
You don't think he's still lost in the tall grass, do you? Oh, Bobby. Well, we're not getting into this shrine without his adorable little feet. Let's go find him.
I mean, couldn't you just slam really hard into the ground, Olivia? I can't imagine the pad needs weight considering Mario's, you know, made out of paper, so I think it just needs to detect feet, and you can float to the ground. We see that later on. So after Bobby gets knocked back by a chestnut, the game expects us to go back and get him, and after he's not there, he appears back at the top of the valley where we were headed in the first place, and he claims that he took a shortcut to get here, which is boosh because there's absolutely no shortcut, and therefore no way he could have gotten here before we did. Wasn't Olivia complaining earlier about how we shouldn't get in the water because we would get all soggy or whatever? Then how come we're allowed to get into the water here?
Nothing's happening. Aww. I really thought we had it when the grooves were lined up.
But why? How does the temple know that the blocks aren't lined up? It's a direct access.
Looks like he's firing beams from his hand. That's pretty cool, but not exactly Big M style. It'd probably look perfect on some other kind of M, though.
Of all the Metroid games, you referenced other M?
Enjoy the bone.
Huh. That was one of the vows at my ex-girlfriend's wedding to her now husband, Steve.
I can't wait to see what kind of show this is. It must be a full-on Shogun celebration. Special show, special show. I can't wait. Let's go.
Shh, ma'am, the show is about to start.
Oh, sorry. It's so quiet in here. Wait, why is it so quiet in here? Aren't toads super lively and, loud? What?
Them being tied up with rubber bands still doesn't explain why it was so quiet. Their mouths aren't taped up or anything. What the hell is happening? Bruh, he looks like a minion. Okay, this was the moment I really questioned what the point of having Bobby as a partner in battle was. Literally every other partner was useful during combat, but I think Bobby only ever hit twice the entire time he was with me.
Great job, Big M. I knew you were a take charge kind of guy. Get it? Because of the electricity?
Okay. As sad as this moment is, how come Bobby is dead? Like, realistically it makes sense, but we've had other Bob-ombs in this very series explode and not die, so why does Bobby?
Wait, where's the end? Is it buried in the sand? Oh no! What are we gonna do? We can't dig into the sand, can we?
Here's a thought. Why don't we just cut the streamer? Like, what's stopping us? We never try it, but why would we need to destroy the spool?
Did you know that we all have skeletons inside our bodies?
How is that possible when we're made out of paper?
Welcome, welcome. It's always such a pleasure to encounter travelers like yourselves. Unfortunately, we're fully booked at the moment. I've heard that sleeping in the desert is an option.
Oh, we're not looking for a room. We're looking for a person who can read the mysterious letters. Is there anyone like that staying here?
Oh, Professor Toad. You're working with him? Well, he's out right now, unfortunately. I suppose I can give you the key to his room if you're working together. Have a good day.
This Sniffet should be fired. We clearly don't work with Professor Toad if we didn't even know his name or even that someone like him was staying here, and you're just giving us the key to his room? Which, because you're an incompetent goof, isn't even his room. Where did you guys get glow sticks? Okay, when I referenced Pokemon, it was because the Earth Elemental's attacks felt like Pokemon moves, but this is straight up mole trays. Okay, so it looks like I poorly edited the footage to make it seem like I didn't mess up, but the game just teleported me to safety. At least I didn't get hurt, but I feel like, per my mistake, I should have fallen into the fire.
What was all that shaking? Why did we all fall down? What just happened?
Wait, how did we get down here? Given that only the top half of the tower rotated, we shouldn't have been able to get down to the base because the stairs rotated with us, but the stairs connected to the base remained the same.
Wait, I don't need to fall down, do I? I'm floating.
It's quite dark in here, even for an ancient temple. As a scholar and scientist, I don't believe in ghosts or similar nonsense. But I don't like this feeling.
What do you mean you don't believe in ghosts when boos literally exist? In fact, I'm pretty sure we fought a few before we entered this temple.
Mario, you gotta save me. This guy's such a weirdo. He keeps asking for groovy music to cut a rug to. Do I look like I'm 100 years old? I'm a DJ, man. I have no idea what that means. My face is at stake here, y'all. My face. You've gotta help.
No, not your face. That's where you put your sunglasses.
Which, by the way, how does a toad wear sunglasses? They don't have ears or even a nose. Do the glasses just float in front of their face?
Say, speaking of sea charts, you two ever heard the legend of the legendary Captain Ode? Legends speak of a legendary toad who moved beneath the waves and owned a legendary sea chart. But those are just told tales. Not much truth behind them, I reckon. If only they were true. A sea chart like that might help us cut right through this blasted fog.
Do you mean Captain T.O.'d? We know that guy. He said he'd be at the museum.
Oh, you jokers! That might have been the most ridiculous fib I've ever heard! You met a legendary captain from ancient times, and he's just hanging out in a dusty old museum? Ha! You serious? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head straight for that museum!
Well, he said he'd be at the museum, but that's how I came back to Town in the first place, and he was nowhere to be found. Color Splash had this exact same puzzle on Fortune Island. Giant fan thing ex machina. Also, why do you insist on reminding us that things were a thing?
Ooh, what's in there? Is it big? Do you think it's valuable? It could be anything. I'm so excited.
You have solved this island's test. The diamond key is now yours.
Huh? I don't see a key in here. Is this a letter?
Hey, bro, got the key. Come find me on the mushroom-shaped island.
Luigi was here first. How in the world did he find this chest? There's something else in here.
No, that's a legitimate question. Are we just going to gloss over the fact that Luigi got here before we did without a boat and somehow without the mushroom knob needed to open the mushroom door? And you could say, oh, but he has his cart. No, he doesn't. Where is it on this island then?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot. Feels like a lifetime ago. I know our quest is far from over, but it's good to be home.
Home?
Yep, this room is where I was born.
Wait, so you remember this room, but you don't remember the island that this room is on?
I had intended for him to be part of the origami castle I was building for the Origami Festival. Both Ollie, the Origami King, and his sister Olivia were to sit up top as the finishing touches.
Roll credits.
Here, you shall undergo the 3 trials of power, wisdom, and courage.
Okay, come on. This was already like Wind Waker, what with the ship sailing, sea charting and all, but this isn't even trying. So, something that admittedly is a personal gripe, I don't know how others feel about this, is that after a few failed attempts at a puzzle, this game will just give you the solution rather than requiring effort from the player to actually complete its challenges. It's fine for those that just want to get a move on with the story, but it just feels insulting. Like, yeah, I get it, I'm bad at puzzles sometimes, but at least give me the chance to figure it out on my own instead of making the game you design pointless. Okay, so I understand that all the questions in the second round of the Trial of Wisdom are trick questions, but I was legitimately confused why I got this question wrong. Why on earth would anyone assume that the entirety of Shogun Studios counts as one of the locations I'm meant to consider? Trial of Wisdom? More like Trial of Dumbass questions.
Oh, I'm not stranded here. I was just taking it all in. Finally, I'm saved.
Wait, but I thought, how did you get stranded up there in the first place? Holy shit, what happened? Did a character just get mauled and maimed in a Mario game?
Oh, but before we move on, you were right about which way to go every time, Kamek. How did you do that? It was amazing.
Yeah, what gives? You were cheating with magic, weren't you?
Magic, young master? Not at all. I simply rejected the emotional choices you two made in favor of ones using bloodless logic. Yes, my logic-based system, along with timely retreating and tactical cowering, have gotten me far.
But in a way, doesn't that mean I was making the right choice every time? You wouldn't have known which way to go if I hadn't made the wrong choice first.
Ha! She's got you there.
Well, except for the first time, because that was honestly just a 50-50 chance. Moreover, what about Kamek's decisions was logical? The sides of the jungle he picked looked no different from the ones Olivia picked, or even Bowser Jr. Kamek even says that his picks were based on rejecting the emotional choices the other two made, but that's not being logical, that's being a contrarian asshole.
Young master, it has been long enough. We must get going. Ah! Spooky! I thought I was staring at a ghost. All the color drained from my typeface just now.
Okay, come on now. Does this mean everyone can see what people are saying through text floating above their head?
Now, as our most exclusive spring, the Spring of Rainbows is not as easy to find as some of our others. In fact, I'm not even going to tell you where it is. That's all part of the fun.
Well, that's all well and good, if really annoying for any guests you might have. Or it would be if you didn't show the thing you're actively trying to hide on your maps. We interrupt the Origami King to bring you the Cliffhangers minigame from Mario Party 4.
Hopefully that does the trick. I'll call Kamek. Hey! Cammy!
Don't call me Cammy.
How dare you speak her name? Stand where she once stood! Speaking of things that needlessly change for something that serves the same purpose, why did they change Sniff It or Whiff It? This is literally the exact same setup.
Mario, you need a number or symbol in each slot within the area with the blue border to make the correct equation, okay?
What the hell are you talking about? Does 0 not count as a number? How the hell do I sum two single-digit numbers then?
So this is the place, huh? I guess it's pretty colorful.
Yeah, and now you'll need to make a splash into the spring. Get it? Because it looks like the Prisma found from the last... Okay. Why are all the paintings in Bowser's Castle of 3D Bowser? We've seen other portraits before, and they're all obviously of the paper versions of whoever the subject is, which is what they're supposed to look like, right?
Mario, good timing. I found a shiny mushroom. Oh, and the key to Peach's castle. Yeah. Kinda weird that it was in Bowser's castle, I guess.
Yeah, also it has Bowser's fucking face on it, Luigi.
That fool disrespected the very paper I am made of. He scribbled all over it. Now I bear the hideous scar of his negligence and disregard for Origami, and he shall pay!
That's why you're doing this? But even if you're mad at him, why take it out on all the other toads?
If you've seen one toad, you've seen them all. They're all the same to me.
That's racist. Like, actually, whoa, dude, that is the definition of racism.
But there's nothing you can do now to stop me. Already 999 of my cranes are complete. After I defeat you, I'll honor your paper by folding you into the very last crane!
Why Mario? If you wanted to fold someone into your last crane, you have Princess Peach. Hell, you even had Bowser at one point. I'm not saying they deserved it, I'm just asking why you didn't just go ahead and finish your plan ahead of time.
I should have known you wouldn't understand. How could you? I made you too perfect, too pure. That's a mistake I'll soon correct. Here, Olivia, let me show you the true power of Origami.
He just keeps unfolding. What's happening? What do we do?
Wow, really glad I spent all that time rescuing all those toads. And now they're all dead.
Let me fold you!
How the fuck did you manage to get all those folds out of Bowser? He was the size of a sticker, and now he has enough paper to write Sticker Star's script. So, like, not a lot, but still more paper than he was originally made out of.
Olivia, there's something you must do for me. Please accept these 999 cranes, then fold my body into the 1000th. When the last fold is complete, you will gain the ability to have any wish granted.
But she didn't fold the other 999 cranes. Is it because you folded, Olivia? Why do those credits transfer? Isn't the whole point that the person who has the patience to fold all the cranes gets their wish granted? Why wouldn't Olivia have to start all over again?
And at last I see the light, and it's like the paper's folded.
I love that rescuing the toads counts towards unlocking concept art in this game. In fact, this museum might be my favorite one out of these last 3 Paper Mario games. But why, oh why, is this how I unlock them? Like, I get it, some pieces of art are bigger and require more toad points, and you get to choose which concept art you want to unlock, but half of them only require 1 toad point, so why not just unlock concept art as I'm rescuing the toads? And on that note, while I 100% completed Sticker Star and didn't bother with Color Splash, I actually tried to 100% the Origami King. And the only reason I say I tried is because in order to get the secret ending, which is your reward for fully completing the game, you not only have to rescue all 403 toads, fill all 343 not bottomless holes, collect all 120 collectible trophies, and hit all 368 question mark blocks, all of which I did, by the way, but you also have to earn the museum trophies, which are basically achievements based on your progress through the game. In all honesty, rescuing the toads and filling up the not bottomless holes wasn't that bad. I got most of them as I played through the story. The collectible trophies were deceptively tricky to get, since some of them you can only get after certain conditions in the game have been met. For example, you can't get the last two until you've beaten the game and reloaded your file, and you would have no way of knowing that. Speaking of having no way of knowing things, the question mark blocks were the worst to get, since like a third of them are hidden blocks that, unless you have the hidden block alert, which you don't get until over halfway through the game, you would have very little way of knowing where some of them are. That, or the hidden block on Hider, which I just found out existed as of writing this very sin, because no one tells you to go back to the sensor lab after entering Scorching Sandpaper Desert and getting the Super Marino out of the museum in order to get it. I digress. I actually had fun completing all that, until I realized I had to get the museum trophies too, and that's when I decided it wasn't worth it. By the time I finished the game, I'd only been able to collect 8 of the 15 trophies, 9 after I unlocked all the concept art in the art gallery. And yeah, I probably could have finished getting them all, but I wanted to get this video done, and for a cute little cutscene that doesn't really add much to the ending anyway, I didn't want to spend time getting 300,000 coins or winning 200 battles. I don't think I even collected half that amount of coins or won half that amount of battles in the 33 or so hours I played the game. So while I think this game is all the salvageable or even good things that Sticker Star and Color Splash did, its reward for 100% completion is only a little better than those games. And when I say a little better, I mean just barely enough to be considered better. Hey everyone, Char-I5 here. Thanks so much for watching my CinemaSins pastiche of Everything Wrong With Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon and my channel members. If you want to be featured in future videos, then consider helping me out a little bit each month or hit that join button. To those who do support, stay awesome. You guys should head on over to CinemaSins, the awesome people that I pastiche. They also host sister channels that cover music videos, brands, and other topics. If you have some time, why not check out Everything Wrong With Dream Team? Until next time, stay safe and stay awesome. This is Char-I5, signing